And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, if you noticed, we now have Kerbal Construction Time installed, because I like it. Alright, so we're going to spend the upgrades. And we're going to increase the rates on our VAB, I think. And notice that I can't upgrade this anymore because rate 2 can't be higher than rate 1. Alright. Let's do a little bit of space plane hangar. Even though I'm probably not planning on using it anytime soon. And I want to spend the rest of these at the R&D facility, because this gives us science per day. And we're also going to get a bit of science per build point. Okay. And let's go back to the VAB. Okay, good. So we're pretty good on that. Alright, so if we look at the VAB, or we look at the upgrades, we have 4.5 build points per second. Okay, that's not too shabby at all. Alright, so let's open this up and let's get rolling. Now, I've made a bunch of changes. I've ripped parts out all over the place. Okay. Alright. Landing gear in flight, small gear bay orbiting Kerbal. I have to test you orbiting Kerbal. I don't know why I hid you. Alright, so you have to test some stuff orbiting Kerbal. That's not too bad. Now, one of the things I did, by the way, was I took out most of my tanks and just went to procedural tanks. Because it, you know, keeps part counts down. Now, because of that, I don't have any of my VAB. If I go to load, you can see all of this stuff needs to be deleted. Delete. 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 And crash. Oh, it tried to load it. That's what happened. Okay. Delete. And delete this. And delete this too. And we can delete this too. And we can delete this one as well. Oh, there we go. All right, good. Nice and clean. All right, so let's get going here. So I want to... Oh, for heaven's sakes, I know what just happened. All right, I'll be right back. All right, much better. Okay. That happens sometimes. Okay, so, yeah, all right. Okay, so let's get this rolling, shall we? All right, so we're actually going to need a new setup here. All right, so let's give ourselves this. Do we want this to be crewed? I think we want this to be crewed. Okay. Let's see. Procedural nose cone. Cloink. There we go. All right. Procedural parts are fantastic. There are some other changes I want to make. The other thing I installed, which you guys... Ooh, I already got that. Which you guys may see soonish, is that I ended up picking up, well, a whole bunch of junk, actually. So let's see. Do I have any solar panels yet? Yeah, I do. All right. Nice. I like to see that. All right. So let's look at tanks. Okay. Let's look at utility. Launch pad tank, procedural battery, procedural life support tank. I don't have service module tank yet, do I? Okay, so let's go procedural life support tank. We'll stick him down there. We also have modular fuel tanks, of course. How long does that give us? Max crew, crap loads of time. Okay. All right, that's still going to be a hell of a lot more than I actually need. Actually, let's open this up. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I can't do that. I could do the launch pad tank. Nope. Procedural battery. That's as wide as I can make you. That's unfortunate. So we'll have to probably go for a standard battery unit. Oh, God. It's going to be a pain in the rear end. Just trying to get these... I'd rather not do that is the issue. Because that means that it's going to be messy. Alright, well, not a big deal. Actually, I could do this. Let's see, structural. I have my modular girder segments, right? So I can do this. And then what else can I do here? All right, so let me remember something here. So structural. I have my interstages. Okay, no, I can't do that yet. Because I don't have the side fairings yet, so that's neither here nor there. Okay. Decisions. All right, so we're just going to have to staple this to the side of the pod then. Boom. Okay. Not centered. There we go. Okay, so we need to get that into orbit, and let's get ourselves, let's see. Apparently I don't have any contracts. How do I not have any contracts? None active. That's weird. Okay. That's really weird. Okay. So I go with this. Test the multipurpose resource tank S. Now, both of these look pretty good. Oh, in flight. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Test AES pod. Okay, we could do that. 75 to 79. Okay. And we could do an altimetry scan. So let's do science data from space, altimetry scan, and orbiting Kerbal. Okay. That should work. I don't know what's sideways with my contracts, but apparently they all decided to disappear on me. That's fine, I guess. Alright, so let's zoom this out. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Let's go with you. Because why not? And do I even have fairings yet? Yeah, I do have fairings. Okay, good. So I can do this then. Okay, so we'll go first things first. Holy... thing is huge. Like, this thing is enormous. What size is this thing anyways? It's a 2.5 meter part. Jeez. Okay. Rock, silicate, substrate. Okay. So this thing is apparently the resource tank for one of these mods. Alright, so fuel tanks. We don't need that yet. Let's look at this here. Let's go for this. Can I even get this sucker into orbit? This thing's gonna suck. Okay. Then we need science modules. We need an altimetry sensor. Right? And we want transmittable science. Okay, so I think that's going to mean a magnetometer boom. We have enough space here. We can put this up on the top anyways. Right, if I extend you... yes, okay. Alright, that thing is flipping huge. Alright, what else do I need? Mystery Goo, comms... Communicatron wouldn't go badly. We'll staple you there. And with the sheer amount of junk of space up there I have, I can easily put a couple of these things on. Like that. Actually, we can come up to here. Put those guys on like that. All right. What's my... oh, and while we're at it, we might as well throw a mech jump up there. Okay, it's only half a ton. All right. Whew. Okay, that's good. All right, so... There we go. All right. So now let's get a fairing stapled on this thing. Okay. I don't know why you guys are still showing that you guys are there, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so fairing base. Yeah, I can only go up to 1.25 right now. It's going to look like an onion again, but that's fine by me. Okay, engines. Sorry, fuel tanks. Engines, right, engines. We want a Vesta. We're going to want a Vesta, and I don't know what else. Okay. Command and control. We don't have any inline units yet, so that's fine. Okay, so let's see what else we need to do. All right, let's do this first. Let's get rid of you for a second. We'll get a 1.25 stack decoupler. We'll get one of those. We'll attach this thing, and we will Vesta VR1. We'll staple you on the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to increase your length a little bit till we get down to about... No, that's as long as we can go there. Okay. So then we're going to recolor you a little bit. We want... redstone stripes look fine. Okay, so we're going to call this thing our Moho upper stage, I think. And while we're at it, we should add that and a... we can't because it doesn't really... well, okay. We'll add a power unit like this and like that. Thank you. And we are going to save this as a subassembly. And we're going to call this a Moho 1. High efficiency upper stage. Yes, and you can see modular fuel tanks. So we could add anything else we wanted to into there as well. Okay. So then we need to go... all right, we have about 4.1 thousand delta V. That's a hell of a lot more than I think we should be having here, but okay. We'll go for an egg-shaped fairing on this. Put that there. All right, so we have about 3,380 delta V. We're going to want to improve that just a little bit. So we're going to get a stack decoupler, throw that there. And then utility, no, we want fuel tanks. Procedural liquid tank. Yeah, 1.5 is the highest I can go with that. Okay, and then under engines, we're going to want to stick, I think, a Wildcat 5 on the bottom of it. And that's as big as we can make it. Okay. And we will recolor this. I didn't want cone. I wanted cylinder. There we go. All right. I'm not even going to save that lower stage because I think it's kind of silly right now. This entire rocket looks silly, come to think of it. And we want... I really don't have anything that controls me aerodynamically yet. That's going to reduce my angle of attack deviation. So why don't we, for right now, attempt to launch this thing. Like so. Check my staging. My staging looks okay. This thing looks really strange, but that's neither here nor there. Do you have gimbaling? Yes, you do. Okay. So this should work. All right, let's give it a shot at putting it into orbit. All right. Scan probe 1. And what else do I have to test? Multi-purpose radial resource tank and scientific data. Okay. Let's save this. And let's send it out onto the launch pad. Oh, right. Kerbal construction timer. Let's just build it. Really? Size limit? What's wrong with it? The height is too high. Okay. This is insane. We're gonna have a 1 meter lower stage. All right, what if we do this? All right, let's ignore the idea for even having a second stage. This should not get into orbit. There is no way on Earth this is gonna get into orbit, and it's still too big. Oh, gosh. And it has too many parts, too. Okay, so let's do this then. Looks like we have to upgrade the VAB and possibly the launch pad, depending on how much this thing weighs. So right-click on the VAB. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That pretty much wipes me out. Okay, let's take a look at our contracts here. So we'll let this wait then, okay? I don't think it even has a... Yeah, there's no... Okay. So, yeah. In that case, we're going to do a slightly different mission profile, I guess. I say slightly different. I'm like, that thing's... Jeez. All right, we're going to go with a new design then. So much for that entire few minutes of recording. We're going to get a command pod. Thank you, computer. I just forgot to stop the timer when I had to restart this thing. All right, so command pod, we have to do the usual stuff. So, utility, we're in the utility page. How do I already have the small radiators? All right, so let's take a look at this. We're going to go with a battery bank. Okay, good. You auto-sized. Thank you. We're going to go with... All right, so let's go into command and control. We're going to give you a secondary reaction wheel. We're going to give you one of those. We should probably also give you a stack decoupler. And we should go with a parachute before I forget to put one on. Thank you. Okay, and then below this stage, we want to add a quad-core universal storage module, okay? And what we're going to do with that is we're going to go to Science, and that really doesn't work. All right, so we're going to add, come on, place in there. There we go. And we're going to put a second one right in there. And for the rest of those slots, we're probably going to go, I think, with a clicky. Let's see. Okay, that's where the... Oh, that's just the general science bay. We only have hydrogen, and that's for the alkaline fuel cell. So let's just do the science bays for right now, just to make... Oh, gosh. Just to make this thing balanced, all right? So do that. And then we're also going to get... Actually, what I can do is open. And then I can go... Come on. Like that. That. And that. Close the bay doors on that side. Open the bay doors on this side. And like that. Close the bay doors. So we've now fairly successfully hidden away anything, you know, incredibly important. And we'll add some solar cells. We only need 4 of them, I think. There we go. Okay, so that's good. We have that, we have that, we have that. And I also want to add... Let's see... one of you. Yeah, that'll be fine. And we are going to add a decoupler right below it. All right. Let's lock that up. Then we're going to want to get our high efficiency stage there. I also want to add a... How much space do I have? Okay. I also want to add a MechJeb controller. Okay. And I want to put in a magnetometer boom. We'll staple that down there. Okay, so I have a few more parts to go with. All right, so let's do this then. Stack decoupler. I'm literally just staring at my part counts right now going, come on, buddy. All right, so then we need another fuel, procedural fuel. And a... Let's go with the Wildcat 5. And... Texture, we'll go with... German. Okay. There we go. So that should get us into orbit. And that's a terrible place for that. It's going to cause all sorts of drag when ferrum, but I don't care. We are at our part count. So we're going to call this the the Redstone 1. We're still operating on the Redstone 1 series because all the rest of them got deleted. No, didn't we need to do that? Orbital 2-stage rocket. All right, and our TWR looks good. Everything looks good. We'll save it, and we'll launch it. You guys have seen a rocket very similar to this launch, so hopefully I will see you all in orbit. Well, first, we got to build it. Added Redstone 1 to the VAB build list. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit silly for us, all right? Because basically what we have to do now is open up this button and hit warp to complete. You can see I have my government funding coming in, which is always good to see. VAB is building itself, or VAB is building something over there. And we also should get some science points for all this, too. Yep, you can see I got about 10 science points. Okay, so now we go to VAB, and we roll it out. All right. And another warp to complete on the rollout. You can see we got a message here, vessel complete. And we're going to decelerate out of the rollout in just a few seconds. Okay. So time passes a lot more in this, basically. And we're going to have to send up a separate ScanSat probe, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so if I go to VAB, you can see we have on the pad. I select launch. And let's not use Jeb. Yeah. Let's see. I want... Hell, we'll throw Bill up there. Oops. VAB, launch, remove, add, Bill. He's a stupid engineer. Okay, Bill, congratulations, but you're probably going to orbit, buddy. Whether you want to or not. I think because it's Bill, the answer is probably going to be not. Oh, crap. I don't have a pilot, so I'm not going to have SAS. Crap. All right, so let's go for throttle up. Yeah, no SAS module. And launch. And I will see you guys in orbit. All right, as you guys can see, I can get myself into an orbit without using MechJeb's. Well, I was just using the kill rotation because it made my life significantly easier. All right, science data from around Kerbal. All right, can I log magnetometer data? Are you going to actually give me science? Nope. Crew report? Nope. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to open this guy up, and I'm going to go global on a kill warp, because this guy is designed to loiter in space for quite a bit of time. So I can kick up the time acceleration. And when I have the possibility of actually getting, you know, a decent crew report, it can, you know, ping at me and say, hey. Or I can't do EVA yet, which is the other way I could be getting science up here. So what I might do is... how much delta V? I have 600 delta V left. Huh. Uh-huh. Well, here's what I could do. All right. So let's slow this down. Let's get ourselves back on our prograde vector. Let's do that for me. Thank you. I know it's a little cheaty because we have the Kerbal crew thingy-mabobbers, but I find it easier. All right. And the other thing we should probably do is knock this guy back in. We swing that back around. We toggle the magnetometer. And then what we're going to do is raise our apoapse up. And I'm just watching my delta V information like a hawk right now. And I don't remember how high up I have to go to get high altitude science, but I think it's over 250, right? All right, so we killed that. And now let's time excel up, and let's see if I was right. If nothing else, this is giving us a good indication of Kerbal time in orbit. There we go. All right, notice my time warp just shut down? That's because we just crossed into the high altitude science. So I get a magnetometer scan. And we're going to keep the data. Crew report. No point in really doing that. Observe the mystery goo. What does the mystery goo tell us? Okay. So now we're going to warp back down to our periapse. And what we'll do is we'll grab that other bay reading just to have it. Actually, what we can do now is just kill time warp entirely. Stop that. Get back here. Observe the mystery goo. So they're 2.3 science. It's not a lot, but it's enough. Okay. So then we're going to go onto our retrograde vector. We're going to retract the magnetometer. Log magnetometer. Okay. All right. Toggle. Okay. And we'll go into here. We'll go science. Command pod will set you to receive. We'll transfer everything into there. And we will turn this guy back off again. Okay. So now I'm just going to burn here. And expend a fair amount of fuel. Actually, we should probably just time warp ahead a little bit. We're time warping. Almost missed it. We're going to go in for a full deorbit burn. Let's get us down to about 40 kilometers. There we go. All right, and now we could just go back into time warp mode. And Bill is coming back to Kerbal after a successful mission. Kill rote. And what we'll do is we will actually Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll prop this down. You know what? We'll move that up there, and then we are going to manually move this down. And we'll see how much of this thing we can actually recover. So we're going to separate. Armor shoot. And we're going to kick on to full time. So hopefully I will meet you guys on the ground, and hopefully this thing will actually land successfully. Oh yeah, and the reason why I kind of slowed myself down on re-entry, mostly because I didn't, want to slam this poor guy into the ground and have him hit, stupid high G-forces. So I'll see you all back on the planet, Kerbal. All right, so we got a fair amount of data. Bill got some ribbons. We were actually recovered most of that stage we sent up, all right? So that, excuse me, it actually replaces a lot of the resources we should have gotten. Yay, level 1 Bill. Okay, awesome. Contract complete. I got 1 science. That unit was destroyed. All right. So, I think that probably covers it for this episode, unless there's something I can pick up on the cheap. No, that's 45 science, and that's 45 science, and these are 90 science apiece. So it looks like that'll be the end of the episode for today. We need to do some more science. We need to get some more science things into orbit. Our, whatever it's called, record is doing pretty well. Test the herp maintenance pod. Okay, well, we'll do that quickly then. Oh, I have all these tests landed. Okay. Yeah, okay. So here's what we'll do. Take this one landed at Kerbal. Universal stack adapter landed at Kerbal. And the inline hangar landed at Kerbal. And let's drop ourselves into the VAB and take a look at what we need to do. Okay. We'll go with a new build. This should literally take us like 5 seconds. We'll go with the Herpiter maintenance pod. And then what else do we need to test landed at Kerbal? Kill you. Herp maintenance pod, we need the inline hangar. My gosh. And we need the universal stack adapter. Okay. Awesome. And some launch pads to keep this whole thing stable. Okay, so let's go with a, we'll call this test rig. We're not even going to call it anything. Build the vessel. Okay. While that's building, we're going to create a new vessel. How many new vessels can Kess create? All of them. All right. Procedural liquid tank. Shape. Cone. Pod. Stay putnik. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will make the length. That's the smallest length I can make it. Okay, so we're going to go with this. And then what we'll do... We'll give it a battery bank. We'll give it some solar panels. Where are solar panels? There we go. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those, and then science. And we'll twist you around like that. Actually, what we should be doing is making this the size it should be. Putting this guy on. Putting these guys on. Nice and compact, and all for less than $8,000. Let's make it even less than $8,000, actually. And while we're at it, we'll go into command and control. We'll give him a small inline reaction wheel. And we'll throw those guys on too. And I think what we'll also do is we'll put this guy here, right? Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. I could chuck a magnetometer on the side of this too. And then a small engine. A tiny little engine. And a mech chip case. Okay. That actually probably weighs about as much as the entire rocket we just built. Okay. So we're going to go with the Moho 1. All right, computer. Thank you. I accidentally hit the mode switch on my mouse there. All right, so we'll put a stack decoupler on. We'll put this guy on. Excuse me. You should be up there. And then let's bring this guy back up. We'll do that. Fuel tank, procedural liquid tank. It was a German tank, right? There we go. And we'll put on our Wildcat 5. Ploink. Okay, that should be good, actually. That looks like a whole rocket. We need fairings, don't we? We do need fairings. We'll use the fairing-based ring for this. And we'll use an egg-shaped fairing to go on the very top of this. All right. And under here, we'll go like this. Moho 1. 2-stage launcher. Save. Overwrite it. Yes. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build it. I'm not even going to sim it because I know that this should work fine. Build the vessel. Open. We're going to exit this page because apparently I can't load vessels right now for some unknown reason. Let's go back into the VAB. Don't bloody crash. Okay. Fine. We have to create a new vessel now, apparently. I don't know what's causing this bug, but all right, herp maintenance pod. This is going to be pretty simple to replicate. Inline hanger. And then structural universal stack adapter. And then we need... I wonder if that's how it's calculating it. Yeah, that is. Okay, so that was the issue with the other flight. Okay, and then we'll call this test rig 1, save, build the damn vessel. Okay, exit. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shift test rig 1 up into the primary build configuration. So if I look at here, VAB, okay. Ooh. I'm not certain which of these is which now. All right, well, let's warp to complete on the VAB reconditioning. Government funding, thank you very much. Come on. Come on. And you're done. Okay. Test rig 1, warp to complete. Yay, government funding, government funding, government funding. We're slowly building up cash here. Slowly. But surely. Too surely. You don't want to know. And we should slow down and decelerate to complete. Oops. Nope. Fab. Roll it out. It's going to take 20 minutes to roll out. Warp to complete on the rollout. And this is going to be a long episode. I apologize in advance, but I wanted to get at least one node unlocked today. 3, 2, 1. Ding. Fries are done. Okay. Fab. Launch. Yeah, we'll let Jeb do this. Jeb can do this. It's no big deal, right? Don't blow it up, Jeb. Whatever you do. Hopefully we don't have some sort of like horrible launch pad accident going on. All right, test rig 1 is on the launch pad. Run the test. Run the test. Run the test. Yeah, that's gear. What if I'm actually using up the monoprop? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, because I haven't researched yet. Okay. Anyways, that's done. That's actually pretty sweet. Lights. Yay, look at that. Cool. And let's recover the vessel. After we've run all of our tests and completed all of our contracts. That took like 10 seconds. And I'm going to get a boatload of science from it because science. And there we go. We got 4,000 parts recovered. Crew. Jeb didn't get anything done. Okay, contract complete. 48 science, 27 science, and another 27 science. Test rig 1 complete. Okay. So now we can actually unlock things. Yay, we get to unlock things this episode. Enhanced survivability is pretty cool. We got safety lights. We got the herp pods, which are always fun. We have recycling, which gives us that tax stuff. We could also get ourselves space exploration, which I like the idea of because it gives us more science parts. Okay. So more stuff we can get into space with. We could also get aerodynamics, which would be kind of cool. I need to add a part to this as well. Aerodynamics gives us the beginnings of actual aircraft flight, which would be useful. Would be very useful, in fact. We could get advanced construction, which gives us resize limits, upgrades. We get the frames. We get space station bits. We get other bits. We get other pretty cool bits, actually. So let's actually go with space exploration, because that gets us the MPL LG2. And I kind of like the idea of having that. I think we got box sats in here somewhere, don't we? It gets us some cockpits, an inline passenger compartment. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Or we get landing. Landing would be nice. Landing would be very nice. I'm stuck, actually. I could go with heavy rocketry, which gets us the Skipper engine. Advanced construction, actually... Doesn't advanced construction get us a docking node? Yes, it gets us the non-androgynous docking port. That'll let us dock crap in space. Okay, let's research that. We have 42, which isn't quite enough for either of these. All right, well, that's unfortunate. I may do something to unlock those the next couple episodes. I should have gotten the science pieces. I should have gotten the science. I should have gotten space exploration for the science bits. But that's either here nor there. The other thing we're going to do is go into our astronaut complex and drop 70,000 whatever they are so that Kerbals can perform EVA. Okay? That's cool. That's wicked cool. and I'm probably going to launch the ScanSat unit off camera. So guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank y'all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, happy flying.